This tutorial is about creating an interior tangent between two equal circles. So as we know, first step is to create our two equal circles. And for the sake of this practice, create them along the same center line. Same height. So let's make them both 10. Enter. Zoom out just a little bit. Alright. And again, I've got to get to my center line and then draw it across. Doesn't really matter how far. Okay, and again, make that one 10. So they're exactly the same size we see. Now we're going to make an interior tangent, okay, between these two that runs through the middle here. And again, exterior is outside, interior is in between. Alright, so the first step they ask us to do is to connect so the center point of one circle to the center point of the other. Now, as we know, before we get there, let's add some layers. Okay, so layer properties, let's add in 3 layers. Should be fine. Alright. We'll go with the basics. Red, good to me. Let's go with green. I think that stands out better than the yellow. And then lastly, let's go the last one with the dark blue. Alright, we may not need all of them, but let's just pull them out here. First step, connect the centers. See that in red? Let's come in here and I'm going to get my center point. Extend to center, and again we have to kind of pull it to the side to get our center point to pop up. And that's not it. Jumping around a little bit. Let's try that again. Alright, here we go. Center. Pull it off a little bit. Touch the side. Should give us a center point. I think we got it. There we are. So that's it. We've got this. So now the first things we know, as you can probably guess, we're going to bisect this distance. So we're going to throw some arcs. Let's do center, start, end. Let me let's use the same color, I guess, to throw our arcs. Center, start, end. Start on this side. You don't know exactly how far, so let's get a feeling. So it's 40 whatever inches to get across. So pull that up. This thing is really going slow today. Alright, so I'm going to pull it up. I know I have to go at least over 20, right? So let's do 35. Oh, maybe get out of that a little bit. Let's try it one more time. Let me start a little higher so I don't mess this up at all. Start just a little beyond 90 degrees, 35. Put it in. Let me make an arc up there. Good. As we know, we have to make that pass all the way through. So again, 35. And I'm going to swing that all the way down across. Alright. This thing's so glitchy. Alright. And again, when you can't see the whole screen and it won't zoom out any farther, one way is to go to home. Okay, take it back in here, and then you can adjust it farther out. Again, we're doing this, doesn't matter where we are. Just make sure I'm down below, 35. Bada boom, bada bing. Alright, now when I connect those lines, I now have identified center point. So this point right here is my center. Now, this is where this changes from everything else. What we're going to do now is we actually have to bisect. Okay, so we're going to bisect the distance from this circle, okay, the center point of this circle to the middle, and from the middle to the center point of the other circle. Either way, okay? So we're going to get these bisections, and I'm going to do that in a different color so it doesn't get too confusing. Let's make those in green. So we're going to do the exact same thing again. So I'm going to go up here, bisect this distance. I know that I'm going to be somewhere around 20, so let's make it 16. Alright, swing an arc. Swing an arc there. Alright, swing an arc from the other side. 16. Remember, I always have to go down. 16. Up. Okay, we got that. Let's do the same on the other side before we make our move. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to use 16 as my other number. Okay, swing it. 180 degrees. Again, from this point, the center point. Go to 16. Alright. Now, let me create our other two lines here. This will give the center point of these others two. Now the reason why we need to do this is because we're going to swing some other arcs. Okay, repeat line. I need to identify where our normal needs to be for both. What's going on? Okay, so I need to identify exactly where the normal needs to be for where it's going to contact this circle and where it's going to contact this circle. So we've done all this work now to be able to swing arcs. Alright? So, this center point is essential and that center point is essential, and we couldn't get those center points unless we got this center point. So, I'm going to change to my blue color. Right? And what I'm going to do is go to these center points. And this is a little bit confusing because actually it's overlapping a little bit here. This location. Okay. But either way, this is where you want to be very careful because I want to make sure that I'm only on the green line. This is definitely where, this right here is where we want to make sure we have some different colors. Because if not, it's going to be real bare. And I'm going to swing this from left to right. So I'm going to go to this intersection point. Okay. So it goes to the X. Alright, and I'm going to swing an arc, which ultimately should be easy enough. And that arc should, if I've done everything correctly, terminate exactly on the endpoint. Let's take a look here. Yes, mine terminated on that endpoint and that endpoint. Perfect. Now we do another one. This time it's going to be a little bit different though. Whoops. Funny enough, I did mine backwards. I guess it really doesn't matter which way you want to go. I'm going to do this one backwards. Either way, whichever you do first, you must do the other one the other way. And what I mean by that is now we're going to swing another arc, but it's going to go down around this way. So let me zoom in here. Okay. I'm going to then carry again out to my center point. Zoom out here. Okay. So I'm going to zoom out to my intersection point, and I want to look at where my red lines connect. It should be exactly where the blue line is. So all these should meet up. The center point here. Going to be it. Alright, and then from there what I'm going to do is come out here. I'm going to swing that arc now so it hits this other endpoint, so 180 degrees. Notice now that it makes an S wherever I started from where I end. So what that means is on this circle here, I'm now going to create my normal that goes through this point of intersection, and then on this, where this arc intersects this other circle, this is going to be where my normal is down here. So what I'll do is then I'm going to go back to my go back to another color. I think I'm going to go with red on this one. Just a little more straightforward because I don't want to do any more blue. So my normal will go intersect this point. So I'm going to come in and get close. Okay, and then I'm going to extend that beyond my 10 to say 15. Okay, so now that red line now goes through there. I'm going to do the same thing down here where this goes through. So one more line starting at my center point, going down through. Okay, alright. Very touchy, so you got to be careful how you leave it. 15 runs through. That is my normal. So now if I've done everything correctly, I should be able to create a line in white that runs through this point. Alright. Through the normal on my one circle. Alright, if the lever let me do anything here. Right. Super slow, got too much stuff going on. And I should be able to go through this point and then extend out without going any farther. Okay, so if I've done this correctly, it's not going to go any farther than that. Okay, and again, extend this point out here, certain distance. All right, just to show that it actually does. It is tangent to those points, and so I could come back in here, of course, and take away all the layers, very easily and be left with just my tangent of these 2 points. So you see we've got our normal and our center point. We've got the creation of these 3 parts, these 3 centers that we need. 1, 2, and 3. And then, of course, our arcs that identify where our normals have to go. Okay, so give this a try. I would like to see you at least try one more of these. This one's a little more complicated than the other ones. So try one more of these, and then we're going to have another lesson. Good luck.